Hi there. So for this week's lesson, I've asked you to come up with a cartoon animation that shows public and private key encryption. Specifically, I've asked you to watch some videos, and you can do your own research about public and private key encryption, and then you've got to try and come up with your own animated cartoon illustrating the basic concept. Now, the easiest way to try and produce a cartoon is to use the animation features on PowerPoint, and I've attached a link to this wee video. This is a bit meta, reminding you how to animate using PowerPoint, and you learned this back in 3rd year. If you are aware of any other animation, please use that instead. If it's anything you're familiar with, just go for that instead, as long as you make a wee MP4 video at the end to show me what you've done. So I just want to show you a couple of animations. You may have seen these before because, you know, I tend to keep showing people them. So here's a little animation. Now don't be too sad at the ending. Spoilers. I do worry a little showing that to 3rd years, but never mind. So there is a video that I made. I made it a long time ago, and I doubt I could do it again, to be honest. But there we go. There's our sad ending. That was created in PowerPoint. It was created in PowerPoint using custom animation. There wasn't only one shark. There were actually several sharks. There wasn't only one doomed little fish. There was quite a few of them. And if I click on the Animations tab, you can actually see lots and lots of paths, which is what the sprites, we'll call them, or the media assets were going across the screen. There was another PowerPoint that we showed you in 3rd year, because it was another task that we asked you to do. So here we're using a trigger. We've got a black hat hacker. I don't think you can see this in the video, but that's actually got a wee pointy finger. So that's a trigger. If I click on the hat, our little viruses go off and infect the computers. This is simulating a DOS attack on a little network. And then if I click on the slide, it moves to the next one, and we've got all these emails. And for the DOS attack, what's going to happen is poor organisation, its network, bandwidth all being used up, with lots of people bombarding it with emails. And we asked you to try and do something similar back in 3rd year. So that's something you may be familiar with. So let's very briefly show you how to do this. So what we want to do is we want to get a new slide. I always choose a blank slide so that we can muck about the blank slide. And we want to start adding in our story. Now you should know, if you're creating an animation, you should know exactly what you're going to do. You're going to have titles, you're going to have explanations. If you want to put in a voiceover, please feel free. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to add in a picture. So I've gone to Insert and I'm going to Online Pictures. And what I want is a girl waving and a GIF. Okay, and I'm just going to take this one because it looks pretty good. Click on that one and insert it. And we should get the girl. It's the wrong one. Try again. Insert, online picture, girl, waving, GIF. I'll take this first one, it's a bit better. Okay, quite big. And because we've taken it via the package itself, we've got this little warning down the bottom. I'm just going to delete that. This is being used for education purposes, so it's fine. Just going to play the PowerPoint just to double check. Yep, there she is waving. Good. But obviously we've got to let the world know that this is Alice. So I'm going to add a little text box in with her name. This is Alice, because the whole point is Alice is going to send a message to Bob. And it'd be quite nice if her name and herself appeared together. So I'm just going to highlight them, right click on them and group. And then that means that Alice waving and her name are grouped together. So what we might want to do is add some animation here. So for animation, click on the animations tab at the top, just going to have it appear. And over here at the right hand side, you'll see that it says she's going to appear on click. So if I play the PowerPoint, oh dear, nothing there, click, and there's Alice waving away. Okay, now I'm going to add in a letter. So insert, and the letter is going to represent the message. This time what I'm going to do is I'm going to very carefully choose a PNG letter, and then that means we'll get our transparent background. Oh, I'm going to make it a love letter to her. She's obviously going to send a love letter to Bob. So we'll just choose this one and insert it. It's a little bit big, just make it a little bit smaller, and there's the letter. Okay, now I imagine we'll want the letter to appear as well. So if you click on the letter, go for animations and appear, and it's on click. So we can be telling a story here. Here's Alice, here's our letter, and I'm assuming that you'll have already created Bob on the other side of the screen. Now we want to put a custom path because she wants to send the letter to Bob. So if you highlight the letter, at the minute it's got appear, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to change that to, well, I could add an animation and make it custom path. And we'll just send it on its way to Bob. Now when you take your finger off the mouse, it's actually still drawing the path, so be very careful that you press the escape key, and then that will send it away to wherever Bob is lurking on the other side of the screen. So we'll just test that. So run the slideshow, click once, here's Alice, click twice, here is her love letter for Bob, and if I click again, it sends its way over in the custom path. Okay, now I was going to show you a trigger, but I've realised that if you put a trigger in, if you then try and create a video out of this at the end, you're not going to be able to use the trigger. So probably better if you avoid triggers. So the other thing that you might want to do, and you may have forgotten, is to format the background. Now just right click somewhere on the background, choose format background, get this nice menu over on the right hand side. At the minute it's on solid fill, so I could just choose any colour. There's a wee solid fill, or it might be a little bit more interesting if you choose the picture fill and go to insert, go back to online pictures. Alice is sending this message to Bob, so it might be that they're on different sides of the planet. So I'll just pick this one here and insert that, and then that will actually fill the whole of the background. Now it's a bit busy, it's a bit dark, so it's covering up an awful lot of the slide. So over on the format background there is a transparency here which is set to 0. I'm just going to move it sort of vaguely half, so that it's a little bit more faint. Okay, and then it's not going to interfere with our characters and our things whizzing about the screen. So just play the slideshow again, click, here's Alice, here's a letter, there it is on its way. Okay, now we're obviously going to need a key, so insert, online picture, we'll go for a key. Again, I'll choose the PNG, Portable Network Graphic, because it will have a transparent background. It's a nice key there. Oh, huge key. Always drag from the corner and that will make it smaller in proportion. Again, it's given us our little warning, so I'm just going to get rid of that one. And let's put a little label on it so we know that, for example, this is the public key. I'm going to make that a lot smaller. So go up here, oops, that's bigger. There we go. And then put that onto the key. There we go. And I'm going to highlight both of those. Missed. Highlight both of those and we'll group them. Group, group, and then that means that the key can potentially, the key will move together. It's a little bit big actually. Okay, so again we can put in a custom path for that. So we've got it highlighted, animations, drop down menu, custom path, and she's going to send that to Bob as well. And at the minute Oops, again, forgot to press escape. And that's going to go to Bob as well. Okay, so there we go. Oh, it's not appearing. But we've got Alice, we've got our letter, sending our letter. And should be sending our public key out first. But it's really just to demonstrate to you how to actually use some of these things in PowerPoint that you possibly haven't used for a wee while. So let's make a video out of this. What I'll do is I'll make a video out of this one. So if you just go to File and Save As, sample image, right, okay. Right, so it's saving it as a PowerPoint, so instead of that I'm going to a drop down menu until I get to MPEG-4 video, and then I'm just going to click on Save. You can't see this, it's off the bottom of your screen, but down at the bottom I've got a little thing saying creating video hungryshark.mp4, and it's got a fair ways to go to create that video, but that would be how you would create the video. And that is one of the things that I would actually like you to submit to me as your submission to this Show My Homework task. So the PowerPoint itself showing all of the animation and the video. Okay, now I have put a message on the Show My Homework notification being very clear that this is a bit fun. It's a short week next week. Do not get yourself tangled up in a mess. If you're not enjoying trying to do this, that's fine. Just give me the information. I've got to make sure that you understand about public and private key encryption. I'd like you to make me a wee video, but please don't get bogged down in it this week. Good luck, guys. Bye-bye.